that down.
Okay, change it right now. Right. Somebody act like tell me, okay? Kind of forget. You see Mark Michael tell me. Black chair.
Okay. Do you see my parents?
I saw your parents.
When we walk out, are they dismissing us back to front or front to back? Front goes out first.
Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. My chill. Oh, that took me a while.
Oh, that's I got it.
Pull that white. White. They have to give me. I gotta make sure they get
Wow. He was right. That's a big one. That is a big one.
Second section, 5
all week
Yeah.
until we get
That's
to
okay.
about 4 or 5 minutes. I'll let you know.
Nothing matters. Today, I would like to ask, some of these guests are sitting here with us, but I would ask these guests to please stand and be recognized as I read their names. And would the audience please hold their applause to all the names of the group? Wait for Sean.
Yes. 80 more people come.
That's what I'm giving my speech. Almost there. Just almost to the Board of Education.
Commencement ceremony for the class of 2019. At this time, please rise for the presentation of our American flag and the singing of our national anthem. Gentlemen, would you please remove your hats? You may be seated. At this time, I'll ask Laura Bachman to come for our welcome address.
Good afternoon, and welcome to our graduation ceremony celebrating the commencement of the Metamora Township High School's senior class of 2019. Today, we celebrate all of our growth as young people and our accomplishments over these past 4 years. We hold deep gratitude in our hearts for the support and encouragement that we have received from so many special people in our lives. We thank the teachers, administrators, coaches, and staff at MTHS for providing us with the foundation for success in our future. We also thank our family, friends, and loved ones for their unconditional love and support. We stretched ourselves with new activities and challenges and formed great memories and friendships along the way that have enriched our high school years. We have been prepared well for future challenges, and we look forward to the new opportunities ahead of us. Thank you for helping us celebrate this exciting milestone in our lives. Out of respect for our graduates, please silence your cell phones. And at this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our class vice president, Jude Morris.
Throughout the last 4 years, many teachers, staff members, and other adults have worked with us to complete our goals. Today, some of these people are seated with us. I ask these guests to stand as I call their names, and would the audience please hold your applause until all of the names have been read. The members of the Metamora High School Board of Education, President Melissa Heil, Vice President and Secretary Jay Springer, members Diane Grebner, Blake Mischel, Jay Springer, Wendy Vogel, Stephanie McAllister, and Paul Dean. Members of the administration, Superintendent Sean O'Loughlin, Principal Edward List, Assistant Principal Kevin Hodel, Athletic Director and Assistant Principal Jared Hart, Assistant Principal Terry Vaughn, the Director of Student Services, Jennifer Jewell, Guidance Counselors Janine Bohannon and Dana Smith, Teachers Kevin and Ann Hicks, Choir Director Jennifer Seiler, and Band Directors Zachary Hilligos and Chris Gumpin. The junior class honor marshals that led our procession today are chosen for currently having the highest grade point averages in the junior class. They are Justin Alderson, son of Todd and Margaret Alderson, Aaron Klobnock, son of Robert and Jennifer Klobnock, Allison Gillum, daughter of Mike and Mary Gillum, Owen Forker, son of Jean and Stephanie Forker. Earlier this year, the class of 2019 tragically lost one of our classmates, Cameron Lee. I would now like to ask for a moment of silence for Cameron and for all of the others who could not be with us today. Thank you. The National Honor Society Secretary, Mara Boast, and President Connor Burnett will do the introductions of the NHS members.
Initial eligibility into the Metamora chapter of the National Honor Society is determined by grade point average. If the GPA is high enough, then a committee determines membership by factors such as leadership, service, and character. As we read the names, we ask these students to remain standing and the audience to hold your applause until all names have been read. Caitlin Adami, Josh Adams, Isaac Adams, Madeline Albright, Laura Bachman, Hannah Ballard, Kyle Bartman, Scott Bates, Ryan Bauer, Zachary Beamblossom, Seth Bedwell, Reagan Bagul, Noah Berkshire, Stephen Ballunier, Mara Boast, Madison Brinkman, Emmy Brockhouse, Bridget Brining, Ashley Clauden, Catherine Klusky, Victoria Cobb, Caitlin Dowdy, Margaret Dean, Chase Diesel, Eduardo Doherty, Adeline Eichhorn, Mackenzie England, Madison Fondle, Jillian Guerrero, Lucinda Fitzgibbons, Kara Fletcher, Peyton Grantham, Kiara Hackett, Christopher Hahn.
Connor Burnett, Haley Hassinger, Isabel Hammond, Kaylee Hieronymus, Allison Hof, Cole Hunt, Jenna Johnston, Trevor King, Ariana Lombardi, Braden Long, Evan Matthews, Logan McClure, Brooke McCormick, Laura Morris, Sarah Morse, Cullen Nevitt, Emily Opper, Carter Pearson, Jeremiah Poppin, Michael Poppin, Eric Reinertson, Catherine Rolfs, Madeline Schaffer, Maggie Schaffer, Logan Schmidt, Mackenzie Schroeder, Dylan Schmidt, Tessa Schwarzentraub, Grace Simpson, Hannah Sloan, Lucas Smolarchuk, Nicholas Thielen, Andrew Thomas, Joel Tobin, Elizabeth Ufile, Olivia West, Olivia Wright, Braden Wietrick, and Austin Zoller.
Key Club President and Silver Cord recipient, Audrey Armstrong, will do the introductions of the Silver Cord program.
The Silver Cord program was implemented to instill within students the importance of community service. This award is given to students who have shown their commitment to public service by investing time into their community. In the fourth year of this program, seniors needed to complete 200 hours of community service. As I read the names, I ask these students to remain standing and the audience to hold your applause until all names have been read. The award recipients of the Silver Cord Honor are Kara Fletcher, Kiara Hackett, Cole Hunt, Morgan Joyner, Tyler Landis, Ariana Lombardi, Brooke McCormick, Ashley Melody, Kate Ross, Maddie Schaefer, Maggie Schaefer, Tessa Schwarzentraub, Grace Simpson, Erica Smith, Andrew Springer, Elizabeth Ufile, and Shelby Cole.
Metamora is one of the few high schools that determines class rank based on all 8 semesters of coursework. In fact, the final ranks were determined just 4 days ago. Elizabeth Ufile will present our top 10 students.
The graduating class had 260 students. To have one of the top grade point averages in this class takes effort, skill, and consistency all 4 years. As I call each name, I ask the student and their parents to stand. Students and parents, please remain standing until all names are read, and audience, please hold your applause. Number 10, Claire Rothler, daughter of Mary Rothler. Number 9, Jenna Johnston, daughter of Josh Johnston and Amy Languish. Number 8, Clayton Doughty, daughter of Kevin and Elizabeth Doughty. Number 7, Kiara Hackett, daughter of Eric and Carolyn Hackett. Number 6, Eric Reinertson, son of David and Deborah Reinertson. Number 5, Connor Burnett, son of Todd and Jennifer Burnett. Number 4, Lucinda Fitzgibbons, daughter of David and Deborah Fitzgibbons. Number 3, Maggie Schaffer, daughter of Dan and Tiffany Schaffer. Salutatorian Madeline Schaffer, daughter of Dave and Tina Schaffer. Valedictorian Jeremiah Poppin, son of Kevin and Tammy Poppin.
Please join me in welcoming the 2019 Salutatorian, Madeline Schaffer, who will be attending Bradley University and studying nursing.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, and fellow graduates. When I was trying to think of my senior quote, I of course turned to our best friend, Google. I wasn't sure if I would find anything, but I believe this quote by Confucius really captures the essence of high school, college, and life in general. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. Ms. Wayman asks all of her students at the beginning of each semester, how do you achieve huge goals? The answer is one step at a time. If my teachers sat me down on the first day of senior year and told me that I would have to write 16 papers and essays in senior English, have 13 projects and 10 presentations in Spanish, and memorize over 250 medical terminology terms in anatomy and physiology, I would have freaked out. But look at us now, we're still alive. Once you start high school, people start asking what you want to do after high school. This doesn't quite make sense. We still had to figure out what to do in high school, let alone what to do in college. Freshman year, I decided to join the Medical Careers Club, mostly because Ms. Wayman told us to, and this was key, we would get extra credit. Note to all the teachers, as they probably already know, extra credit is always a good motivator. We made it through high school one day at a time. Sometimes we went too slowly, leading to a little procrastination and some long nights, followed by even earlier mornings and coffee. Thank goodness for Eli's. Despite the sleepless nights, we made some pretty wonderful memories throughout the last 4 years. Homecoming week, prom, and senior sleeper will always be some of our fondest memories. One of our greatest accomplishments was sweeping the competition at the homecoming pep assemblies junior and senior year. That was pretty epic. We have enjoyed many senior nights and taken tons of senior pictures, all of them posted on Instagram, of course. This year has also held many lasts that we will remember forever. Our first last day of high school, our last game or performance, our last club meeting, our last time seeing Mr. Vaughn dress up like the Christmas elf, our last time hearing Senoras squeal in the hallways, and our last time seeing Mr. Hilligoss's famous hair flip. These all led up to the last day of high school. Now, the next big step approaches us. On the wall outside of the guidance office, a tree is surrounded by redbirds with our names and colleges written on them. the next chapters to our lives. Whether you are off to a college in a different state, a college close to home, or a job to start your life as an adult, remember that you succeeded because of your hard work and dedication. You made it this far by taking on high school one step at a time, and I wish each and every one of you the best of luck on whatever journey lies ahead of you. I am sure that you all agree that we would not be here today without our parents, grandparents, and siblings encouraging us all along the way. They are always our biggest supporters, hands down. At school, our teachers are our cheerleaders. Mrs. McCormick literally was our cheerleader during homecoming week. Even though sometimes it may seem like they are out to get us and only assign homework to mess up the plans we had for the weekend, they do it to help us succeed. They also don't want us to fail and take their class again, but that is beside the point. Outside the classroom, this senior class has always helped each other out, whether it be a huge group chat over Snapchat the night before a unit exam, or a friend to turn to when it seems like life is too much to handle. With a graduating class like ours, you are never alone, and I am so grateful for that. Our class is pretty special. Multiple teachers have admitted that we are one of the best classes they have had. Of course, nothing personal to all of our older siblings out there, just saying. Many of my classmates have said that the one thing they love about our class is that everyone is friends with everyone. We truly looked out for each other. It did not matter how quickly or slowly we went, for despite any obstacles or bumps in the road, we did not stop. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2019. We made it. Thank you.
The choir will now perform Let It Be. be number one in this class, a student must excel in every course from the first day of school freshman year until the last day of their senior year. Please join me in welcoming and honoring our 2019 valedictorian, Jeremiah Poppin, who will be attending the University of Iowa and studying biomedical engineering.
Thank you. As Jude mentioned, our school determines class rank at the end of 8 semesters, which makes us unique since many schools will determine the valedictorian after 7 semesters. This also means that I did not know until Thursday that I was valedictorian. At 11:03 in the morning, Mr. List called me and asked if I could have a speech ready by Friday morning, leaving me with about 21 hours to write a speech that will hopefully be inspiring and, more importantly, isn't as disappointing as not winning the Best in the Nest after turning in all of your tickets from the last 4 years. So I hung up the phone, prayed for some divine intervention, and took to Google to help solve my problem. What I found was not the most encouraging. One of the first videos to pop up was titled, "Don't Be Valedictorian." Wondering what I had done wrong for the past 4 years, I decided to click on the video. Throughout the video, the guy made some pretty valid points about why one shouldn't be the valedictorian and how he or she should spend more time becoming a well-rounded individual. The most confusing part of the video came last. No cap. The guy ended the video saying, "Your class rank must be as high as possible." The lesson to be learned from this video is to not let other people define your success. As a hardworking cartoonist for the Kansas City Star, Walt Disney was fired by his editor and was told that he, Walt Disney, lacked imagination and had no good ideas. As is obvious, Walt used this experience and worked even harder to become a massive success. The thing is that our success is largely defined by us. We could aspire to have the biggest house, highest paying job, loudest family, or the most hours spent on the water. Whatever your version of success is, chase after it. Around noon, I took a break to play tennis in the driveway with my 2-year-old nephew. If any of you have ever attempted playing tennis with younger kids, it's challenging. For many kids, the coordination required for tennis does not develop until around 8 or later, or even never for some. So playing with a 2-year-old was no easy task. First off, the racket was way too big for him, as it was almost the size of his entire body. Whenever I threw him the ball, the racket barely left the ground as he tried to swing and hit it. Instead of hitting the ball into the net like so many tennis players do, when he hit the ball, he hit it into the ditch. Despite his apparent failure to play tennis, he pulled up his diaper and switched rackets in hopes of better success. He loudly exclaimed in his 2-year-old voice, which I will not try to impersonate, "I'm playing tennis." Through his joyous outburst, it was obvious to me that he still believed in himself, despite his current disposition. If we want to be successful in life, we need to keep the same childlike confidence in ourselves, that we can overcome the adversity no matter our circumstances. The thing about it is, if we want to succeed, we have to be able to see the finish line. If you want to fight for social justice, think like an activist. If you want to own $1 million business, think like a millionaire. If you want to oversee a successful paper company, think like Michael Scott. At 2:25, I went to play some real tennis. No offense to my little nephew. After a short warm-up, we soon started our practice match play. In addition to my opponent being able to hit the ball, I had a new challenge as well, the sun. Every time I served, it reminded me of its present. Despite its classification as a dwarf and its 93 million miles from the Earth, the sun was throwing off my serve. Unfortunately, no one could move the sun out of the way. It was simply something I would have to get used to. Similar to the sun, there are certain setbacks in life that we simply can't avoid. Samuel Johnson, an English writer and playwright during the 18th century, once wrote, "Adversity leads us to think properly of our states, and is most beneficial to us." The thing about adversity is, As we are challenged, we are able to see our true talents, our true work ethic, our true grit. In our body, we have millions of free nerve endings in our subcutaneous membrane that act as pain receptors. If you don't know what that is, see Miss Wainman. Similar to adversity, these pain receptors inform us, often in painful but beneficial ways, that we are hurting ourselves. As my uncle says, if you want to be successful, repeat what is working, change what is failing, and certainly don't repeat the same failures. And, as Samuel Johnson's biggest adversary, William Shakespeare, noted, the day will always follow the night. To finish off the day correctly, our friends met at Emo's to savor some ice cream and company with each other. The thing about it is, we don't live to work, we work to live, and we need to treat ourselves every once in a while. Take the time to recognize your accomplishments, as well as those who have helped get you there. Over the past 4 years, we have been assisted by some of the most amazing teachers we could ask for. Ones that love their jobs, their classrooms, and their students. They have encouraged us to become involved in many opportunities at the high school, and to excel in all of them, not just one specific area. With these 4 years of amazing experiences, it would not make sense if we go out into the world and sit idly, waiting for someone else to come along. Class of 2019, we are that someone that spearheads a project, starts the discussion, and invents new solutions to what people once thought impossible. We are the ones to stay positive, even in the most difficult of situations. The ones who exhibit the confidence when others think we may fail. Those who, when surrounded by others, feel the need to inspire and grow the people around them by living out their promises. If we want to be successful, we need to remember to not let others define our success, to believe in ourselves, to realize that adversity produces better individuals, and to slow down and enjoy the fruits of our labors. And while I did not cite any of the sources for my project, I hope you guys are able to trust me when I say, we, as the class of 2019, will accomplish some pretty incredible things. Thank you.
Madeline and Jeremiah, thank you very much for your speeches. I also want to thank all the graduates for such a remarkable year. You truly have been a great class. Graduates, there's a group that deserves to be recognized, for they were instrumental in getting you here today. Would the parents and the guardians of the class of 2019 please stand and be recognized? And lastly, graduates, there's another special group of people that might be here with us today that also supported you, attended as many events of yours that they could, loved you, perhaps at times even spoiled you, that also deserve to be recognized. Would the grandparents of our graduates please stand and also be recognized? President of the Board, Melissa Heil, members of the Board of Education, it is my honor and duty to certify that the students sitting before you have completed the requirements to become graduates of Metamora Township High School.
How about a round of applause for our graduates? To properly allow each student their special moment in front of this audience, I ask that all applause and cheering be held until all names have been read. Thank you. Will the front row please stand? Jude Michael Morris. Laura Lee Bachman. Connor Jeffrey Burnett. Mara Ruth Boast. Audrey Lauren Elizabeth Armstrong. Elizabeth Marie Ufile. Madeline Nicole Schaffer. Jeremiah Thomas Poppin. Maggie Catherine Schaffer. Tessa Leanne Schwarzentraub. Nicholas Stephen Thielen. Hannah Allison McClone. Andrew Raymond Springer. Claire Abigail Rothler. Kyle James Bartman. Ariana Nicole Lombardi. Hugo Raymond Olson. Jackson Wayne Doty. Margaret Ann Babcock. Reagan Cassidy Bagol. Cole Russell Hunt. Madison Schuyler Brinkman. Garrett Michael Rice. Cassidy Ann Aronimus. Joseph Allen Reardon. Clementine Granou. Logan Patrick Schmidt. Erica Magaline Guerrero. Andrew John Lopeman. Caitlin Renee Adamai. Dathan Zachary Reynolds. Julian Nesta Sellers. Stephen Harlow Blunier III. Jillian Renee Guerrero. Thomas Raymond Hall. Alexis Marie Smith. Dalton Lee Smith. Chloe Diane Bowald. Delaney Rayanne Davis. Joseph Patrick Neelan. Laura Elizabeth Morris. Jack Gregory Moore. Sarah Christine Morse. Nicholas Tanner Dozard. Noah Joseph Nelson. Mackenzie Lee Schroeder. Juliana Marie Muty. Cullen Taylor Nevitt. Bridget Helen Brining. Ian Christian Hicks. Abigail Grace Rice. Hunter David Lucas. Ashley Nicole Clauden. Mason Clifford Hohenberry. Olivia Madeline West. Braden Lee Wietrick. Carmen Sophia Whitby. Gavin Patrick O'Brien. Glennon Christopher Mayer. Kara Elizabeth Hyde. Jonathan David Geyer. Sabrina Rayanne Kimball. Reed Michael Brockhouse. Peyton James Havens. Braden Alexander Love. Madison Ann Martin. Joshua Evan Halter. Caleb Michael Harris. Adeline Faith Eichhorn. Tyler James Landis. Emily Catherine Opper. Jared Malone Hearn. Alexandria Marie Hilst. Brett Montel Manwaring. Joel Philip Tobin. Jaden Emma Brockhouse. Grace Elizabeth Simpson. Roman Alexander Windsor. Olivia Nicole Edwards. Kyle William Todd. Sally Ann Shea. Lucas John Smolerchuk. Jordan Julia Couples. Eduardo David Doherty. Shelby Marie Cole. Donald Jack Caston. Morgan Whitney Joyner. Kenneth Alexander Blackburn. Olivia Grace Wright. Mark Allen Swain. Cheyenne Shayla Faye Nelton. Peyton Renee Grantham. Irina Marie Shearwood. Matthew John Paul Auert. Daniel Austin Snell. Ty Bradfield Wilmont. Gabrielle Marie Foyles. Isaac Green Pavicic. Brooke Alexandria McCormick. Haley Christian Hessinger. Austin David Vern Zollar. Kara Marie Fletcher. Joseph Allen Birch. Ellie Mae Bowers. Braden Matthew Thomas. Jenna Noel Johnston. Andrew John Thomas II. Olivia Grace Minor. Andrew Shane Damery. Angela Natalia Chandra. Andrew Martin Bulmer. Kayla Marie Ernenpush. Josh Daniel Adams. Madeline Christine Witkowski Albright. Zachary William Beanblossom. Mackenzie Ray England. Ryan Michael Bauer. Catherine Joy Rolfs. Scott Lawrence Bates.
Bryce Matthew Lane. Victoria Janine Cobb. Jonathan Aaron Nelson. Haley Ree Miles. Zachary William Brown. Maggie Ann Murray. Brennan Clark Durr. Morgan Elizabeth Bishop. Margaret Claire Dean. Carter Allen Pearson. Anne Catherine Peters. Logan Heath Ramsey. Madison Ryan Burris. Clayton Riley Keysweater. Cassidy Ray Griffin. Catherine Marie Ahrens. Erica Ann Smith. Caitlin Elizabeth Dowdy. Austin James Asbury. Carrie Ann Robbins. Isaac Ryan Starr. Noah Timothy Curlis. Anna Suzanne Dans. Elizabeth Ann Keenan. Catherine Stephanie Kleski. Morgan Lee Gale. Allison Mackenzie Hof. Jacob Douglas Foster. Madeline Delaney Ulayvan Watkins. Lorenzo Vargas Villarreal. Lindsay Michelle Toland. Graham Raymond Gigas. Cindy Jane Mahan. Kathleen Ann Kennedy. Sarah Elizabeth Walsh. Jacob Michael Gray. Olivia K. Allred. Noah Patrick Berkshire. Hannah Elizabeth Sloan. Chase William Diesel. Kiara Renee Hackett. Chloe Barbara Chase. Isaac William Adams. Abigail Marie Gudeman. Colton Robert Kaler. Tessa Alexis Peterson. Samuel John Vogel. Jack McCallan Brockbill. Dakota Allen Wernsman. Sarah Elizabeth Scalf. Taylor Ray Camp. Kaylee Marie Hieronymus. Evan Michael Matthews. Tori Lee Ford. Wesley John Fosdick. Skylar Rose Freeze. Michael Quentin Poppin. Shazane Narula. Caleb Matthew Groover. Jessica Lynn Winchell. Turner Michael Mann. Ryan Robert Vogel. Ashley Michelle Ray. Logan Harold McClure. Dylan Lee Steffen. Kira Paige Kostick. Colin Lane Gibson. Tracy Kimberly Shire. Gavin Ryan Roberts. Nathan Allen Haynert. Grace Lorraine Salvins. Eric David Reinertson. Austin Ryan Yeager. Callista Jade Scheidley. Ashley Carolyn Melody. Seth Allen Bedwell. Alexia Gail Lurin Mata. John Page Gatton. Reagan Elisha Pace. Connor Michael Ingold. Palani Kusuma Wen. Elizabeth Jean Herrick. Robert Allen Beecher. Alona Marie Staub. Evan Richard Jones. Madison Claire Fondle. Derek Warren Ayers. Beth Ann Phelps. Dylan Michael Schmidt. Hannah Marie Ballard. Colin John Dietz. Lucinda Marguerite Fitzgibbons. Christopher Lee Hahn. Josie Lynn Koenig. Braden Choi Long. Madeline Avery Case. Trevor Scott King. Logan Joseph Huff. Alexis Morgan Zaremba. John Lloyd Wyman III. Hannah Jean McDaniel. Ben Jeremiah Bachman. Alexandria May Cope. Cody Levi Johnson. Luca Pucci. Morgan Renee Taylor. Nathaniel Sean David Michael Jones. Allison Renee Wiegand. Anthony David Jenkins. Isabel Ann Hammond. Isaac Thomas Stalins. Before we officially celebrate our class of 2019, at this time we would like to recognize a special group of graduates who have chosen to serve our country by joining the military. As their names are read, we ask them to stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all the names have been read. Joining the Air Force, Thomas Hall, Austin Zoller, Derek Ayers. Joining the Army, Madeline Case, Palani Wynn, Matthew Auert. The Army National Guard, Andrew Springer, Logan Ramsey. The Navy, Angela Chandra, Nathaniel Jones. The United States Marine Corps, John Nelson, and Logan Huff. I now ask for all veterans in the audience today to please join them in standing, and let's recognize all of them with our applause. It is now my pleasure to welcome Maggie Schaffer to the podium for our closing.
Everyone told us high school would go by fast. They said before we knew it, we would be sitting here together as the graduating class of 2019. As we look around, we can see all of the relationships we have built over the past 4 years. Each and every one of us has been walking down the same road to get to where we are today. All of us participated in some major high school milestones. We all had to take driver's education and consumer economics. We all had to go through the dreaded preparation of the SAT and the search for the perfect college, military branch, or workforce position. Many of us participated in homecoming week, school spirit, and athletic events, but we still were able to make our experience here unique and memorable. Maybe it was trying something new, like going out for a musical or joining an IBA team. Maybe it was being in the student section every Friday night cheering on our team. Maybe it was getting involved in every club that our school had to offer, or finding one that made us feel at home. No matter what it was, Each and every one of us built friendships and made memories that are going to last us a lifetime. A lot of people say that high school is the best 4 years of our lives, but in reality, it's simply a beginning. Today, as one road comes to an end, we take a step down a new path that is our future. All of us are going to move forward to new places and new experiences. Whether we go far away or just a couple minutes down the road, we will always have one thing in common. We are Metamora's graduating class of 2019. So as we take our final steps as a Metamora Redbird, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of the faculty, staff, family members, and fellow students for getting us where we are today. All of us have bright futures ahead of us, and I wish everyone the best of luck in their future endeavors. Congratulations to Metamora's graduating class of 2019.
Will the graduates please rise? Please signify the completion of your high school career with the movement of your tassel from the left to the right. Can I have a drum roll, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I now present the class of 2019.